The Eagles are heading into one of the most crucial stretches of the season, and every practice, every snap, and every adjustment feels like it matters twice as much. Yesterday may have been quieter across the league, with the holidays slowing down some action, but for fans of Philadelphia, the pause was a chance to really analyze what this team needs to do to take the next step. Breaking down the injury reports, watching film on formations, and thinking through matchups against the Bills, it became clear that the offense is evolving, and the young defenders are being put to the ultimate test. One of the key points that stands out is how under-center plays could unlock a new dimension. In the Eagles' attack, Jalen Hurts has already shown glimpses of command in previous games, and the combination of smooth play action, strategic runs, and smart use of key skill players creates an unpredictable offense that defenses struggle to read. Saquon Barkley's vision and decisiveness on the ground, combined with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown's ability to exploit mismatches, forms a multi-layered threat that keeps the opposing defensive coordinators up at night. Every formation, every motion, and every pre-snap adjustment can create openings, and the Eagles are learning how to maximize those opportunities with precision. Reflecting on the last matchup against Washington, there was a moment where the offensive rhythm clicked in a way that felt almost seamless. 10 snaps under center were enough to demonstrate how versatile this offense can be, how well the run and pass complement each other, and how effective play action can become when timed with a strong running game. Barkley's burst and Devontae Smith's route running opened up space, forcing defenders to choose between stopping the rush or covering the pass, a dilemma that creates game-changing opportunities. These glimpses are essential because the upcoming challenge against Buffalo is not just any game. The Bills' defense is disciplined, aggressive, and capable of shutting down predictable plays. Josh Allen's mobility and the dynamic presence of James Cook create constant pressure, forcing defenders to be precise, disciplined, and adaptive on every snap. The margin for error is almost non-existent, and the Eagles will have to operate at a high level of execution on both sides of the ball. On defense, the spotlight is on Jihad Campbell. His rookie season has been a journey of learning, adjusting, and understanding the pace of the NFL. Facing a team like Buffalo is a true test of how much he has grown. Campbell has shown flashes of instinct and decisiveness, but the real measure will come in moments when hesitation is costly and quick recognition of gaps is required. The difference between a solid tackle and a game-changing stop often lies in split-second decisions, and the young linebacker must translate preparation and film study into confident execution. Watching him navigate these high-pressure situations will offer insights into whether he can be counted on as a cornerstone of this defense moving forward. Veteran influence helps, of course, but Campbell's growth is on full display, and how he handles the speed, complexity, and aggression of Buffalo's attack will define his role in big moments. Offensively, maintaining unpredictability remains the overarching goal, incorporating under-center snaps with play action while keeping key receivers fully involved gives the offense flexibility and depth. Tankby's potential to create mismatches adds yet another layer, forcing defensive coordinators to constantly rethink coverage assignments. Jalen Hurts' decision-making, ability to read defensive shifts, and chemistry with his receivers are vital. Every yard gained, every completed pass, and every run that finds daylight is the result of coordination across the offensive line, running backs, tight ends, and skill players. The balance between calculated aggression and controlled execution defines the success of each drive. The Bills' challenge is complex because their defense is opportunistic. Turnovers can swing momentum instantly, and the Eagles must stay disciplined with the ball. Pre-snap motion, misdirection, and smart play calling are crucial tools to keep the defense off balance. Barkley's strength and vision combined with the receiver's ability to create separation allow the offense to maximize space and tempo. The margin for error is small, and consistency is critical. Each adjustment, whether it's a subtle change in blocking assignment or a slight route adjustment, has ripple effects across the entire offense. Defensively, containment, gap discipline, and smart reaction to offensive motions will be tested. Cook's ability to exploit hesitation is well known, and Campbell must rely on instincts honed from preparation to meet that challenge. Every tackle, every read, and every adjustment must be precise. The coordination between the linebackers, and secondary is the foundation for limiting explosive plays and controlling the flow of the game. Discipline in positioning, quick recognition of offensive schemes, and maintaining focus under duress are essential for sustaining competitiveness against a multifaceted attack. Special teams, often overlooked, remain a subtle but essential factor. Field position, effective coverage, and situational awareness can swing momentum in key moments. A well-executed return or a solid containment play can energize the team, altering the rhythm of the game. The Eagles' attention to detail across every phase of play underscores a philosophy of preparation, execution, and strategic awareness. Every individual contribution adds up to the team's overall performance and creates opportunities for success in critical moments. The psychological aspect of this matchup cannot be overstated. Competing against a team that consistently thrives deep into January requires composure, focus, and mental toughness. Avoiding penalties, maintaining discipline, and staying sharp on assignments are as important as physical execution. The younger players will be tested in moments of high pressure, and their ability to respond with poise could shape both this game and the trajectory of the season. Veterans play a pivotal role in guiding these moments, but the cumulative effort and awareness of every player determine the outcome. As the Eagles prepare, strategic depth becomes apparent. Jalen Carter's return adds reinforcement to the defensive line, providing reliability and stamina, while key players are managed to ensure peak performance in the playoffs. The balance between immediate competitiveness and long-term strategy is evident in rotations, rest, and matchups. Every snap, from offensive sequences to defensive alignment, is a chance to execute with precision and maintain consistency. Preparation, film study, and mental conditioning converge into tangible performance when the team steps on the field. Every detail matters in a game of this magnitude. Offensive precision, defensive discipline, and the ability to adapt to shifting situations define the outcome. Execution under pressure separates the good teams from those capable of making statements. The Eagles' evolution offensively, combined with the growth of their young defenders and strategic planning, culminates in this high-stakes matchup. Confidence, adaptability, and collective focus become the measures of success. Every decision, every play, and every adjustment contributes to whether the team can seize momentum, control tempo, and emerge victorious against one of the league's most dangerous opponents. Looking ahead, the Eagles' ability to adapt mid-game will be just as important as their preparation beforehand. Every matchup is a chess game, and Buffalo presents a puzzle that requires constant adjustment. The defensive front must be prepared to shift alignments based on motion. The linebackers must anticipate plays without overcommitting, and the secondary has to react instantly to any misdirection. The team's capacity to read the game in real time, to communicate effectively across the field, and to execute disciplined, calculated responses will dictate how competitive they are. Young players like Jihad Campbell will need to stay locked in mentally, balancing instinct with learned technique. And veterans will have to provide steady leadership, while also being ready to execute their assignments under extreme pressure. It is a test not only of physical skill but of mental resilience, a moment where focus and preparation intersect with split-second decisions that can change the trajectory of the game. Offensively, the Eagles cannot afford to rely on one style or one playmaker alone. The under-center approach has shown potential, but integrating it seamlessly with shotgun formations and quick passes will be vital. Jalen Hurts has already demonstrated the ability to read defenses and make smart decisions on the fly, but the complexity of the Bills' defensive schemes requires constant vigilance. Each snap is an opportunity to exploit mismatches, to force defenders into tough choices, and to sustain drives that wear down a physically capable defense. Tangsby's versatility adds layers to this strategy, allowing for creative formations, misdirection plays, and potential breakdowns in coverage that can be converted into big gains. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown remain the ultimate weapons in stretching the field vertically and horizontally, and the chemistry between them, Hurts, and the offensive line will be decisive in determining whether the offense flows or stalls under pressure. The running game, led by Barkley, remains the foundation for balance and unpredictability. Barkley's ability to read blocks, find lanes, and gain yards after contact forces defenses to respect both the run and the pass. Play action becomes exponentially more effective when Barkley is able to consistently make defenders hesitate, opening up passing lanes for Smith, Brown, and other targets. Timing and coordination are essential. The offensive line must execute blocks flawlessly, tight ends must maintain leverage, and receivers need to sell routes convincingly. Any breakdown in timing can give the defense a window to shut down a play, and the Eagles' ability to maintain consistency will be critical. The combination of explosive potential and methodical execution creates the kind of dynamic that allows the offense to control tempo, keep the defense off balance, and capitalize on every scoring opportunity. Defensively, every element must align perfectly to contain the Bills' versatile attack. Josh Allen's threat as a dual-threat quarterback means defenders cannot simply focus on the line of scrimmage. They must maintain awareness of his mobility and anticipate the possibility of broken plays. James Cook's skill in finding space, exploiting hesitation, and creating separation demands disciplined, aggressive tackling, precise gap responsibility, and coordinated pursuit from the defensive unit. Every assignment is magnified because small errors can lead to explosive plays, and the margin for mistakes is nearly zero. The Eagles' defensive success hinges on communication, trust in instincts, and the ability to maintain position under relentless pressure. Young players are tested in these scenarios, and their development is accelerated when they are forced to perform against high-caliber opponents. Jihad Campbell's role cannot be overstated. His development, both physically and mentally, is under scrutiny. Facing a rushing attack of Buffalo's caliber will reveal how well he has absorbed coaching, how decisively he can read plays, and whether he can execute in moments where hesitation is costly. His preparation and film study, understanding tendencies, and ability to process information quickly are all being applied under the ultimate test. A single misstep could lead to a big gain for the opponent, while a perfectly timed decision can shift momentum in favor of the Eagles. Watching Campbell perform under these conditions provides a lens into the team's future, a glimpse of how the next generation of leaders may emerge on the defensive side of the ball. Special teams, often an overlooked component, continue to hold strategic weight. Field position, kickoff coverage, and situational awareness can alter the rhythm of the game. A key return, a clutch tackle, or a well-timed field goal can shift momentum dramatically. The Eagles' attention to detail in special teams reflects a commitment to winning in every aspect of the game. Preparation and execution here are no less important than on offense or defense, and the subtleties of these plays can influence critical moments in a close contest. The synergy between special teams, offensive execution, and defensive discipline demonstrates the comprehensive approach the Eagles are taking in preparation for high-stakes matchups. The mental element remains central. Competing against a team with consistent postseason success requires a focus that extends beyond physical execution. Avoiding mental lapses, maintaining composure under duress, and executing assignments with precision are essential. The younger players' response to high-pressure situations is critical, and veterans are tasked with leading by example, maintaining steadiness, and guiding their teammates through complex, fast-moving scenarios. Confidence, adaptability, and resilience all converge on the field, influencing how effectively the Eagles can perform and respond to dynamic situations. Every decision, every adjustment, and every moment of situational awareness contributes directly to the outcome of the game. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Speculation is swirling across the NFL landscape as whispers intensify that Terry McLaurin, the standout wide receiver for the Washington Commanders, may be heading to Philadelphia. Sources close to the league suggest that talks have already begun behind closed doors, with the Eagles reportedly exploring a blockbuster deal that could reshape their offensive identity. McLaurin, known for his explosive speed and precise route running, has long been considered one of the most consistent and dynamic receivers in the league. His potential arrival in Philadelphia could give the Eagles a formidable weapon, adding another layer to an already potent offense. The rumor comes amid growing chatter about the Eagles' aggressive approach to bolstering their roster, particularly at the wide receiver position. Philadelphia has been linked to several high-profile acquisitions in recent seasons, and landing a talent like McLaurin would signal their intent to compete at the highest level. Fans and analysts alike have begun dissecting the possible fit. McLaurin's ability to stretch defenses and create matchup nightmares could perfectly complement the Eagles' offensive scheme, offering quarterback opportunities to capitalize on his elite skills. While details remain scarce, insiders hint that the Commanders could be weighing the offer seriously, considering both the potential draft compensation and salary cap implications. McLaurin's presence has been a key component of Washington's passing game, and any trade would mark a significant shift for the team. Meanwhile, speculation in Philadelphia points to a front office that is willing to make bold moves to maintain momentum and keep their championship aspiration alive. Social media has erupted with reactions from fans on both sides, as the prospect of McLaurin suiting up in green and white ignites conversations about how the Eagles' receiving cores might be transformed. Analysts are debating the impact on team dynamics, offensive strategy, and how this rumored acquisition could influence playoff projections. Even without official confirmation, the mere suggestion of McLaurin heading to Philadelphia is enough to dominate headlines and spark endless discussion across sports networks. As the story develops, eyes will remain fixed on potential negotiations, with each rumor and leak intensifying speculation. If the deal comes to fruition, it could be one of the most talked about moves of the offseason, reshaping the narrative for both the Commanders and the Eagles. For now, the NFL world waits, buzzing with anticipation over what might become a landmark transaction in the league's ongoing drama. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.